Hi, everybody. This is Sarah, and I am a representative for a collective light system of creation energy called Amana. I am a channel for that light, and I'm here to share with you some daily wisdom that I've gained from Amana as being one who channels them, who channels this beautiful light, and some things that often come up in my life and things that come up when I channel that seem to be common themes. I do channel longer sessions. You can check them out on my YouTube page. They're about an hour and a half long, but I'd like to offer you something that's kind of concise that kind of gives you a sense of this light source and the energy that they bring to the forefront. So today I'm here to talk about something that comes up in my life, and I know comes up in your life, and it's kind of tied to some other things. So let's talk about resistance when energy feels stuck or blocked. And we're also going to talk about that age-old question, how do I know when to move forward and how do I know when to pull back? And how this relates to the Amana light source and what they link this to. So firstly, I'm going to talk about resistance, and I'm going to talk all about these things in the context of my own life as they affect me, as I'm a channel for this and a teacher for this energy. Of course, then I'm going to partake in these lessons, right? So primarily, Amana speaks about experience as being the master teacher of all. So if we're going to learn and we're going to grow, then you got to expect to have experiences. Never limit yourself from experiences. They're the meat of what you're going to use to then transform and transmute into a higher vibration. And the more experiences you have, the more able and equipped you are to learn a little bit more about your purpose, not only your purpose, but how you play a role in the movement of a newer energy. And we can only do this through experience. So, with that being said, a part of experience is going to be resistance. Now, if you're somebody who experiences resistance and thinks that there's something wrong with you, then here's a new way to look at that. Because for some reason, we think that we have to know it all, know how to do it, and it's got to be a smooth ride. And if it's not, well, then we're doing something wrong. Well, here's the thing. This is a new way to look at it. There is nothing wrong with experiencing resistance. In fact, any significant growth that you're going to encounter or make is going to be coupled with resistance. And more often than not, resistance is merely a sign that you're on the right track. So I know that a lot of you know about the subconscious mind, how, up until the point I think where we're 3 years old, we're ruled by the subconscious mind. It's almost like we have no filter. So we take all of those experiences in and we perceive them as the truth. Now, a lot of us have limitations and we perceive those limitations as something wrong with us. Meanwhile, they're part of our subconscious patterning. So if we want to raise our consciousness and liberate ourselves from the patterning of our subconscious mind, we're going to experience resistance because the subconscious mind doesn't want to change. We often talk about the ego, right? In the spiritual community, it's in the spiritual dictionary, the ego. Well, this is the part of you that doesn't know how to grasp onto the limitlessness of the soul. It's in a place of confinement. So when you experience resistance, that little bit of uncomfort, that's to be valued because it's within that uncomfort that you're going to be pushed through it. So when you experience resistance and your natural instinct is to withdraw, be thankful for the resistance. And now we're going to push through it because it's always within that the most work needs to be done. It's almost as if, if you're working out and you're at the gym and, you've plateaued, well, this is easy now. Running, lifting these weights are easy, but you're not getting the same benefits as you did when it was hard. So you need to increase your resistance so you can really feel the change and feel the burn and get that, improvement that you were looking for. So the universe is offering you resistance to help you to see that this is where your growth lies, right? So value resistance. So how do I become unstuck? By accepting and kind of embracing that which is resistance in my life instead of, internalizing and thinking, oh, something's wrong with me. For instance, the other day I tried to make a video 4 or 5 times, and every time I tried to do it, something interrupted. Um, so I can make a choice there, right? So I can choose to push past and keep doing it, or I can surrender. And neither choice is right or wrong. But if we want to tune in, let's listen to what the heart says, right? How do I know when to go forward or when to retreat? I create stillness in my life, and this is a big part of Amana's teachings. So that's another question that comes up. How do I create stillness? Just a dedicated intention of knowing how to listen, because the answers are always given to us. We're just not always creating space or emptiness to hear them. So the universe is asking you to match it. So if you want to move forward, you have to put that intention out there. So I know a lot of you have heard of the law of attraction. Well, this is kind of on the same wavelength as that. If you want to move forward, but you're not moving, your energy isn't moving that which you long for. So let's move. Let's move. And then the energy of that movement. And now here's where letting go comes into play. Because we might be moving, but we're not satisfied. We're judging the movement. This is not exactly where I want to move to. We're focusing, right, on the achievement and not the transformation process. Because we don't value the transformation process. We want to achieve. We want to know. So in times where you're stuck, the best way to move forward is to just move, is to accept. And now here's where, masculine and feminine energy comes into play, because we live in this world that really values, results, achievement. I say to you, hi, my name is Sarah. I do this. This is who I am. My identity is wrapped up in what I do, not how I feel. It's a very small part of me, what I do. It's not an expression of all of who I am. It's one part of that expression. But if I'd like to change, I can't change alone by action. I have to change my reaction as well. I have to change how I react to the universe. So if I want to create action, I have to create space for emptiness so I then can become full. And that is a huge part of the Amana lesson. So checking into your energy body, checking into your awareness through breath, creating space. And I'm going to say this over and over and over again, 10 minutes, breathing into awareness and breathing out surrender. So these are just things that come up throughout my channelings, throughout my day. I'm challenged to kind of keep myself in a place of now. Every time I start thinking, well, how do I do this? Well, I want this. Well, I want this. I'll be kind of, blocked. I'll block myself. And the only way I move forward is just letting go and enjoying what I'm doing now. So many of us want to move forward and be this person, and be that, but we don't like who we are now. So how are we going to get to there if we can't be with ourselves now? So less wanting to move forward and more going inward. And let it be a balance and a dance in which you are receiving balanced and feminine energy to then execute your will balanced in male energy. A lot of this is imbalance in giving and receiving, imbalance in male and female energies, which I've been getting a lot of information. And now as we kind of sail into this defined feminine energy that helps us, really stay in the moment and is really asking us to surrender and to kind of give up that desire to know and formulate how in this linear line of, creation. It's becoming more of this secular movement in which we allow and surrender, which is all a feminine movement, which is very challenging for those of us, all of us who have been conditioned to value the male movement of knowing, understanding, solving, doing. Okay? So it's not to say that male energy is lacking or wrong. It's just without the feminine ability to receive, it's imbalanced. In the same way, there's some of us who are imbalanced. We don't have enough male energy. We don't execute our will. We stay and we expect things to come to us. We need to be balanced in male and female. So this is just some daily reminders. I'd love to hear from you as you go throughout your day. What gets in your way? How can I help you from what I've learned from this beautiful light source to help you kind of create some awareness or a practice? Because Amana really believes in utilizing a practice. It's not just information we want to gain, but we want to turn that information into wisdom. And the way we turn information into wisdom is through practice, through internalizing and shedding our own light, combining our own light with the light of information. We then transform it or transmute it to the light of wisdom. So this is my consciousness as Sarah, blended with all that I've learned from Amana. You can you can watch my longer channelings if you choose. And please write to me and let me know, what comes up for you in your day that's challenging. So I can, bring forth my energy, combine it with yours, and kind of give you some insight. Yeah. So just take a deep breath. If you feel blocked or stuck, or you keep on trying something, pull back a little bit. It's okay. It's okay to pull back. It's okay not to know how. Make moments in your life for stillness and breath and check in. Am I blocked in giving or receiving? And how does this apply to my life? And also on a final note, I want to say that because the, movement of female energy is present and, planetary, it's going to also impact us on an individual, singular level. Anything that happens on this, universal level will also affect us on a personal level. And we can see this culturally and societally, how all this truth is coming out. And this feminine energy has risen in politics, in Hollywood. But this is affecting us personally. So you're being asked to surrender in ways that you previously didn't. And you're being challenged in this. And this is difficult to let go of knowing and let go of control and to surrender and accept and to understand that surrender is not just a passive energy, but it's a strong passive energy. There can be strength in passivity. There can be strength in peace. Think about pacifists and leaders who have, moved energy along by embracing the ability to carry on despite aggression. You can apply this in your own life. This doesn't mean that you're doing nothing by surrendering. This means that you're executing strength, but a different kind of strength. There's different ways to be strong. So take this in, little ways to change your perspective. Chikitsitseaha. Blending my energy with your energy. Yay. Be peaceful, be well. Please write to me. Give me a question for Amana. They'd love to hear from you. Have a beautiful day. Blessings to you. Bye.